The Backrooms. You've been here before. Entity number 155. This meat is gummy. Habitats. Level 10, the bumper crop, and level 300, the boardwalks to the rainbow. Description. This meat is gummy, or what I like to call it, TMIG. What? Stanley, what the fuck do you mean it isn't protocol? When did we... Really? The Meg is just some ragtag group of people who draw maps. Do we need to have a specific format for this? Whatever. They look to be an assortment of normal gummy worms. They are. There's nothing much to say about them. They're gummy worms. They probably taste like gummy worms too, though no one here is all too inclined to give them a go. They don't appear to be sour gummy worms, none of that citric acid stuff on them, and each gummy appears to be one solid color, no half and half. Bummer. Behaviors. They crawl around like an actual worm would, aren't sticky to the touch, and don't secrete acid or bite people. Thank God. Hopefully, they don't give you death by sugar overdose or something else completely random and out of pocket. I'm getting tired of finding out about shit like that. Ooh, meet the super death moss that does super death mossy things. Anyhow, the fuckshit worms stay in herds of roughly 100 to 150. Despite the fact that from a distance they're an intimophobe's worst nightmare, they look pretty cute up close. Begin log. Arthur. Oh my god, can you guys... Okay, stop fucking poking the damn things and just give me the unholy worms. Stanley. Wait, you're actually going to eat them? Arthur. Well, yeah, jackass. That's what we're here for, ain't it? It'd be fucked if we didn't discover anything and let the next poor guy die of, diabetes. Though, if these worms are a variant of wormlings, well, shit. If I die, at least make sure to record what happens. Stanley. Alright, you can stop the preaching. Arthur. Phew. Okay. Bottoms up, I guess. Audible pause. Arthur. Holy shit. Stanley. What, is it edible? Nikki. Yeah, ask him if we can eat the stupid worms before asking if he's okay. Stanley. Are you okay, Arthur? Arthur. Better than the boys, because I might be in heaven. Get this, the red ones taste just like beef. High quality cuts at that. Phew, I could go all day. It's just free meat a la carte. First meat I've had in a while, and it doesn't look like I'm dying, so I guess this is a source of food. Nikki. Whoa, that's unexpected. Hey, let me try. Stanley. Wait, really? Picks up a handful of blue gummy worms. Nikki. Greedy fucker. Stanley. God damn, you're right. End log. As it turns out, these things are edible and taste pretty damn good. We spent a few hours experimenting with them and discovered that the worms can't actually burn or melt despite the gummy exterior and taste great basically any way you eat them. And even though they're practically raw meat, there's no need to cook them, though we do recommend you cook them, as the uncooked ones taste like raw meat and cooked worms taste properly cooked. Biology. Again, they have the exact same look and feel as a regular gummy worm would. When we cut into one, it was much more similar to animal fat than a gummy worm. They don't have what I assume normal worms have, blood or any internal organs. But after wandering around level 10, the bumper crop, for a while, just to see if there were any more, we discovered that they originally came from a giant glob of gummy, roughly the size of a soccer ball. About 200 worms come from what I named a cluster. I have no idea where clusters originate from, but you can eat them as well. It's roughly 2.5 pounds worth of TMIG. We each ate a steak, a fillet. Wiki don't exist down here, so don't quote me on semantics, but it all tasted like a meat dish we ate back in the front rooms. For me, it tasted like a nice juicy steak, loaded with garlic. Nicky said for him it tasted like a fried chicken steak, smothered in gravy, and Stanley's said it tasted like chicken tenders. The worms pop out of the mass of gummy worms. It's sort of like popping a pimple, the place where a new worm starts bulging out, and after a short amount of time, the worm pops out of the bulge in the cluster. Discovery. We were wandering around level 10 because we forgot Nicky was still there. If that idiot keeps wandering off, he'll get into a nasty situation someday. But we searched until we found him poking some worms with a stalk of wheat. While messing around, we discovered that one of these is just about equivalent to eating a small cube's worth of meat in proteins, fats, and acids. So, they don't kill you. They taste great. They are high quality and are a healthy source of food as well. We even made a few recipes with these things. Red equals beef, blue equals pork, yellow equals chicken, green equals varies depending on how you use them while cooking. Eaten raw, it just tastes like onion. Now, obvious disclaimer, don't depend on 3 bums and a notebook log for all your cooking advice. Recipe 1, Skewered Worms. We take 3 of each color and put them on a skewer, putting 1 green in between colors, and then roasted them over an open fire for roughly 10 to 15 minutes. 2 to 3 skewers serve 1 person. Recipe 2, Almond Soup Cut. About 15 of the beef ones into chunks, along with 7 to 10 green ones, and cover it in about 2 cups of almond water. Let it boil for about 30 to 45 minutes. If you followed the directions correctly, you should have something similar to a potato and beef stew. The green worm varies in taste and appearance every time we made the soup. 60% of the time it was potato, 30% of the time it was onion, and 10% of the time we got carrots, potato, onion, and a variety of other vegetables. One standard pot serves around 3 to 4 people. There's also a special dish you can eat at Tom's Diner, the best chef in all of the Backrooms in my humble opinion. Assorted fried wormies. Yeah, the name is a bitch, but the food tastes great, so you won't hear me complaining. Do's and don'ts. Do. Grab as many as you can find. If you have the chance, take the cluster. Don't. Leave without taking any.